The New York Giants have just cut 4 more players after they cut 4 players this morning. We're going to tell you which players those are coming up on today's show. First, though, make sure you're subscribed. So when the Giants make a move, we make a video. And with the preseason over, all eyes are set on the Washington Commanders. And we have a Commanders channel here at Chat Sports, hosted by Jack Sperry, and he's been talking a lot of smack. And I challenged him to an August subscriber battle. Right now, we have a slight lead. I want to bury him. If you love the Giants, you want to beat the Commanders week 1, hit that sub button, and let's go. This is New York Giants Now by Chat Sports, and I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Preseason is done, which means we are out of the phase of the 90-man roster. The Giants have already started cutting players. We told you the 4 players they cut this morning, and they just cut 4 more, and we're going to let you know who they are. Programming alert, we are going to be live on the channel coming up this Tuesday, August 26th, because that is the deadline where every single team has to trim their roster to 53 players. So we will be live. We will be giving you the information live, and you should be there and subscribe. So turn those notifications on. Let's start with roster cut number 1 of 4, and that is Oddonnell Fortune, a player that I honestly thought played some good football last night against the New England Patriots, had a couple of pass breakups, and he got better throughout the preseason. You go back to that preseason week 1 win over the Buffalo Bills, he was the player that got absolutely cooked as the second quarter was coming to a close, where there was under a minute left in the half, and Mitchell Trubisky found a wide receiver open deep downfield for a 65-yard gain, and it allowed the Bills to put up points before the half ended when that should not have happened. But when you're a player like Fortune, who is battling for a roster spot, unfortunately missed out on it, and you're a UDFA, you are trying to fight, claw, do whatever you can. Unfortunately, it just did not end up with him making the team. So you look now at this Giants depth chart, and you're looking at Paulson Adebo. You're looking at Drew Phillips, still a position battle of Deonte Banks and Cordell Flott. Trey Hawkins still on the team, as is Nick Jones, Corey Black, Art Green. TJ Moore did have that nasty leg injury last night. I heard he stayed in the hospital overnight, so TBD on that front. And D. Williams, he remains on the roster as well, but this room will look a little bit different by Tuesday. Zack Pascal, the veteran wide receiver, he has also been released by the New York Football Giants. A player that was signed early on in the offseason for the Giants, tried to make this team as a special teams guy that could also contribute as a wide receiver, but he just didn't show enough. He did have 5 catches for 57 yards in the 3 preseason games for the New York Giants, but there were just other people on this roster that I think the Giants were a little bit more interested in keeping on that 53-man team. So you look at the wide receiver depth chart now, you still got Malik Neighbors. You know he's making the team, as is Wan'Dale Robinson and Darius Slayton. Jalen Hyatt, he's going to make this team. So those 4 guys are locked in. So there's a handful of guys like Lord Jordan Humphrey, Bo Collins, Amir Smith-Marset, Juice Wells, Dalen Cambry, and Gunnar Olszewski. All of them are battling for the final 2 roster spots. It'll be interesting to see how the Giants slice it and dice it to get down to 53. If I had to guess now, I would say Gunnar Olszewski is in, and then that leaves 1 more open roster spot for Lord Jordan Humphrey, Smith-Marset, Wells, Cambry, and those are really the only guys I could see making it. We'll be interested to see how that unfolds as we get closer and closer to Tuesday. The Giants are moving on from interior offensive lineman Jimmy Morrissey. This is a player that I actually thought was pretty decent in the preseason for the Giants, and the Pro Football Focus grades and numbers, they reflect that. Over a 74, or did have a 74 overall grade, north of 72 in the run blocking department, and a pass blocking grade of 78.8. So Morrissey, kind of just a numbers game. And the New York Giants feel comfortable that if Greg Van Roten has to slide to center because of an injury to John Michael Schmitz, they're comfortable with that. And I don't know if they're going to even keep Austin Schlottman, who right now is the only backup center at this point. There's going to have to be a lot of cuts on this Giants offensive line. I think you could see Stone Forsythe getting cut. I think Jake Kubis is a player that could end up being cut. It'll be a battle between Josh Ezeudu and Aaron Stinney. I think B. Hudson will be cut as well. I think James Hudson's here to stay. And you know what? For the first time in a while, I'm confident in this offensive line room. And the Giants are going to have to make some tough decisions because Stinney played well. Ezeudu played well. For once in a long, long time, there's some confidence here in the Giants' offensive line. We've got more cuts to get into, but with the football season here, NFL and college football, Prize Picks is back in our live, and they are back on the channel as a subscriber. We want to thank them, and they're coming back stronger than ever with an awesome promo deal. When you download the app, create an account, and use the promo code CLNS, or download the app at prizepicks.com/CLNS, when you play your first $5 lineup, you're going to get $50 in lineups instantly. Real money, sports action made easy. Super easy to play. All you do is create a lineup of 2 to 6 players. You simply pick more or you pick less. And for week 1, they've got an easy deal out there for you. They've got Dak Prescott at half a passing yard. He may only throw for 1, but I'm going to take the more on that, somewhat a free square. I'm also going to take Malik Neighbors to get in the end zone. They've got him at half a touchdown. They've listed that as a demon, as you can see that red emoji next to him. A demon meaning it's harder to choose the right stat projection, but if you do, the payout is higher. And I'm taking the lock of all locks less on Daniel Jones passing yards in week 1. If all 3 of these picks green check mark for me, I'm going to win 7 times my lineup slip. Be like me. Be a winner and play Prize Picks. It's prizepicks.com/CLNS, and make sure to use that promo code CLNS. That way, when you play your first $5 lineup, you get $50 in lineups instantly. Check out Prize Picks. We love having them. Support the show. Support the sponsor. Be a real one. The Giants are also moving on from inside linebacker KJ Cloyd. This is a player that they signed in the offseason. Was supposed to be someone that could contribute in the special teams department as well, but it just didn't end up working out for the former Miami inside linebacker. Had 6 tackles in the preseason, 2 pressures, showed that he could kind of get after the quarterback a little bit. I only see the Giants keeping 4 inside linebackers, and Cloyd, he was just on the wrong side of that roster bubble. Bobby Okereke, he's going to make the team. Micah McFadden, he is going to make the team. Darius Musow is still here. C.J. Board is still on the roster. Darius Flanagan-Fowles is still there. They moved on from Dyontae Johnson earlier today, and now they are moving on from KJ Cloyd as well. So the Giants continue to make some moves at the inside linebacker room, and I think some more are going to be coming as well. So the Giants have now cut 8 players, and to be honest with you, I'm not so sure that any of these guys are going to end up on the practice squad. When you're some of the initial cuts, it just doesn't bode well for you to return to the roster in a practice squad fashion. Maybe I'm wrong, and I hope I am for the future and the betterment of those gentlemen's NFL career. I want to say thank you to everything they gave to the New York Giants this year in the offseason. It's unfortunate you can't keep everybody. I wish everybody could be an NFL player. Shoot, I wish I was an NFL player. But it's a tough business to get into, and only 53 people get to do it. The Giants have cut 8 players. 29 more cuts to go. So still a ways to go. There will be some players cut that we are probably a little bit upset about. That's how it goes. This is my 2021, 2, 3, 4. This is my 5th roster cut down day that I've covered here at Chat Sports with my team, the New York Giants. I'm blessed because of y'all. And there's always a player that I get upset gets cut. I just want to recap the 4 players that were cut this morning. If you didn't watch that video, go check it out. I also included my preseason winners and losers in that. So once this video is over, go watch it. Hit the like button. Be a real one. Montrell Washington, a training camp standout. Built a really good rapport with Jackson Dart. Remember, he had that awesome one-handed catch, had a nice catch and run in the Week 1 preseason game against the Buffalo Bills. Did have 2 drops in that game. Can't trust him to catch the football. Can't trust him to play. Montrell Washington, unfortunately, has been cut. They are also moving on from offensive lineman Jaison Williams as well. This is a guy that really had a tough road to travel to make this team. He was decent, according to Pro Football Focus in the preseason, but unfortunately his time as a Giant is over for now. Jordan Bly, the undrafted free agent at a Gardner-Webb, is no longer a member of the Giants. Maybe they bring him back to the practice squad. Of all 8 guys that were cut today, I think he and Oddonnell Fortune have the best to get there. I don't know if it's going to happen, but Bly, who had 2 catches for almost 50 yards in the preseason, his time is no longer active as a Giant. Dyontae Johnson, the 2024 preseason and training camp standout, he probably should have made the roster last year. He did not. Had some injuries pop up. This year, he does not make the roster either. So they have moved on from him. I do know this. If the Giants make any other moves, we are going to make a video. So subscribe and help us dominate the Washington Commanders in the subscriber battle. Do your part. If you love this channel, you're watching for the first time, give us a shot. Give us a week. And then once we beat the Commanders in week 1, you could be the reason that we did so. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up and let's go blue.